Alright guys, we're going to talk about troubleshooting. So there's lots of things to troubleshoot. This is going to be rather rapid fire, one after another. Once you know how to fix it, you know how to fix it and you're good to go. So let's go over everything. First things first. Most common, something gets stuck inside the nozzle. And all you need to do is you get a pick. It'll stop firing. It'll just spray or fizzle just a little bit. You get a pick, and you get that piece of dirt out, which is why you need a pick when you're out in the field. If you don't have a pick, you have spares, and that handles that. Next, we're going to cover O-rings. O-rings are very small plastic rings that act as a buffer for the water to enter and leave, and they tear all the time. This is just something to know and expect. And when they tear, it looks kind of like this. It just will spray everywhere. Water's going this way and that way, and it's not coming out the gun anymore. So it means you got to replace it. So how do you replace it? All right, well, you have that same pick with you, and you go in, and you take it out, and you'll notice when it comes out, hey, it's not in one piece anymore. So that's how it looks now. And what you got to do is take another one of your mini, because they're very cheap and you can easily get lots of them. So just grab another one. And you want to use something soft like a Q-tip to put it back in so you don't tear it again. And when you're done with that, they'll fire just fine. Okay, so next we have the your quick connects. What can happen with them is they can collect corrosion, or they can look like, here, I'll just show you what it looks like. They can make it so you can't disconnect the gun anymore. All right. So right here, you see there's this line right here that forms. That's because when all that pressure is going through and the pump fires back up, then it just jars on this. And over time, it creates just a little bit of a lip. And that's why you can't get your gun off. You can't take it off the quick connect. So you take a file and you file that down. You do this every once in a while when it starts to get hard to disconnect that quick connect. Okay, and that's what it looks like. And if you do that, then you're back to regular. Then you can actually go like this and take the quick connect off pretty easily. Shouldn't be hard. Should still be called a quick connect because it's quick. Now, when you're connecting your soft wash to the battery, these are tiny little electrical wires, and they sometimes tear, and you don't want to drive with them on. You disconnect it every time. So what you do is, if it tears, you just cut it. I mean, I don't have a long video to show you. It's so easy. You just cut it, reestablish it, and you're good to go. Yeah, so not much to say on that. You just take those wires and reconnect them, and you tape it together, and your electrical wire, obviously make sure it's turned off first. Other things that can happen: if the hose suddenly stops working, the pump stops working, then you need to check your oil. Probably your oil lamp is on. And you just need to, in the field, you just add a little bit extra oil, and then you're good to go. But really, it's time for you to do an oil change. And Honda engine will protect itself from damaging itself because the oil is not enough anymore, or it's too old. If it's not running, then that's why. Okay? And also, you need to make sure that these valves are readjusted every year. If you don't, it's going to be really hard when you go to like haul on the starter, it's going to rip back really hard and it's going to be hard to start. When that starts happening, that means that you need to take it in for servicing and fix the valve. So if you don't do that, that's what will happen in about a year. So that's another problem that you can run into. You got to make sure while you're there that they check the belts. The air cleaner, you just unscrew it and you rinse it down every 3 months. That will just affect basic performance. You won't really notice what's going on there until much later, but you got to do it every once in a while. If your soft wash hose is not firing, it just suddenly stopped, means you got a kink. So this right here doesn't look like anything, but that's actually a kink. So you just got to straighten out the line, and it'll run for you again. If your ripcord tears, then you just got to replace it. So what you do is first of all you unscrew it, and then you go through. You put a screwdriver in to stop it. You put a new wire in there, and on that wire, you pull it through like that. Okay, make sure there's a knot on one side. You connect it to the handle on the other end. This is not that hard. This is why you have a little bit of extra string like this, because those rip cords, everything gets worn a little bit faster because of the chlorine, right? So you're always careful for that. So you just put a knot, make it connect to the handle. And then you're good to go. You connect that back up, you screw it back in. But you'll see it will run itself in when you take the screwdriver out. But these are pretty much the most common things you're going to run into. Then as far as hoses bursting, you can get a field kit to fix those hoses from bursting. Watch, it's just going to run together. See? And then you got a working ripcord again. If your hose bursts, then you have to just have more hoses. Honestly, there is a field kit that you can get to fix hoses in the field, but you're just going to want to have 3, 4, 5 hoses, and the best place to get them is going to be pressurewasherproducts.com. You type in hose, and you want the high pressure hose, and when you get them, you want to make sure you also get them with the quick connects, and when you get the quick connects, that you also you connect that to the hose, both a male and a female, and you have Loctite. It's just something that you can get anywhere, Home Depot. You put a little bit of Loctite on here, connect it up to the hose, and then have that as your replacement hose when it bursts, because they will burst. They will definitely burst. The garden hose will not burst, the soft wash hose will not burst, but there is so much pressure going through these. But if you get this brand, Rex Flex, from Pressure Washer Products, they're the most reliable in the world, and they ship everywhere. And those are basically the most common troubleshooting things that you're going to run into. So now you're all set, and you know what to do if they occur. All right, let's move on.